let's get this over with. So, as you know, Rob Zombie made his remake of Halloween, which of course is a disgrace from a critical viewpoint. However, from a financial standpoint, it is the highest grossing installment of the franchise. So, of course, he was given the go ahead to make a sequel to his remake. Now, let's see how badly this one turns out. Starts off with a bunch of people getting like the body of Michael Myers like wrapped up and prepared to be sent to the morgue, I guess. And of course, they take Laurie to go to the hospital to be checked out as well. Now, on the way to their location, the fan with the Michael Myers body is by itself, driving to their own location. And of course, the two drivers in the front of the vehicle, again spewing their foul mouthed language. I have nothing against swearing, but of course, this is used excessively and with no real point other to just try to be shocking, which of course it isn't. It's just in bad taste, Rob Zombie. Come on. But then all of a sudden, Michael Myers decides he's not dead, kills the two guys, and gets out and a little bit of the ways it's his dead mother with a white horse. What? What's going on? Like, we just saw Michael Myers basically come back from the dead, kill people, and now we've got this ghost of Michael's mother with a white horse. I I mean, I guess it is to represent like the gift that his mom brought to him back when he was in the insane asylum. But is this supposed to be supernatural? Or what is this? Well, we didn't really spend enough time on it because now we're cut back to Laurie in the hospital, and apparently Michael's there here to kill the nurses and try to kill Laurie, finish what he did. And this is looking a lot like the original sequel to Halloween, where it takes place entirely in the hospital. But just when it's about to actually get interesting, Laurie wakes up. Yeah, apparently the whole hospital thing with Michael chasing after Laurie was just a dream, and it's actually approaching the 1 year anniversary since that happened. So that was a real waste of time. So, of course, like I said, it's approaching the 1 year anniversary since the nights of Halloween. Laurie's now living with her friend and her father, who is the sheriff deputy. And we get a look at how Dr. Sam Loomis has been doing since that night. Apparently, he decided to write a book about everything that happened. And he's become a bit of an asshole, like a real asshole. And it's clear he's exploiting off of the events that happened for his own financial gain. This is a huge character contrast to the Dr. Loomis of the original series. Now, granted, he was only like in the first two movies because he sacrificed himself, but right even there, that's how much of a contrast it is. Dr. Sam Loomis of the original run was a good person. He wanted to stop Michael to stop Michael from harming anyone. He was actually a good person trying to doing the right thing. This Dr. Loomis of the Rob Zombie movies is an asshole who's a lot more cynical and just unlikable. What the hell is going on? And after he spends some time with Dr. Loomis, we cut to Michael in present day going through the, I guess, cornfields, I guess. And it comes to an abandoned barn and has either real or fictional talk with his ghost slash illusion of his mother. And if it's not weird enough that he's having a conversation with the ghost of his mother, there's also regular present day Michael, but also little 10-year-old boy Michael as well. Like, what's going on? Rob Zombie, what are you doing? Is it supernatural? Is it like just illusions that's happening in Michael's head? You've got to explain what's going on. Like, okay, horror movies, yeah, it works when you have some stuff that's in the unknown. That's the fear of the unknown. That's where a lot of horror comes from. But if the questions just make things confusing and frustrating and not really horrifying, then you're completely missing the point of not explain anything. You've got to explain what the hell is going on. Just really frustrates me. Of course, we cut back again to Lori as she's somewhat adjusting, has a new job in, I think, a bookstore, and like she's talks and socializes with her coworkers and boss, so I guess that's part sort of normal. But it's just everything's just so disconnected. It's just I don't understand what you're trying to do, Rob Zombie. What's even going on? Well, we cut back again to Michael, who is of course traveling through the fields. He gets sort of like hit by a car of the people that's sort of like in charge of the fields and is about to like beat Michael up. Of course, he kills them all because Michael Myers fashion. And cut back again to Lori as Dr. Loomis's book is officially released into bookstores and everywhere. And Lori gets a hold of it, and she discovers she's the biological sister of Michael Myers. Like, she discovers this for the first time? How did it. Sorry. How did this not come up in the first movie? Why you. How did you not tell her she was the sister of Michael in the first movie? That would explain to her everything what's going on. And I guess, and even if you didn't tell her, she probably should have guessed by the way in the first movie how Michael showed her pictures of his childhood that she was Michael's sister. I mean, how do you not connect the dots yourself, woman? Come on. So, of course, she gets pissed off that everyone's been lying to her, and so she decides to let loose and go to this Halloween party that's been talked about. And this is when Michael officially returns back to town, starts killing people at the party, and goes to the house of the sheriff where Laurie's friend and her father are, and kills Laurie's friend Annie. So, and Laurie begins being hunted down by Michael. Laurie manages to flag down a car because, of course, they're in basically sort of middle of nowhere. But then Michael kills the driver and gets a hold of Laurie and knocks her unconscious. And he decides to take her to an abandoned shed, of course. And of course, the police have been working around. Sheriff's been trying to figure out where Laurie is, and they track her down to Michael's location. Here's where it gets even more weirder. Laurie can also now see not only the ghost of Michael's mother, but apparently a little ghost of 10-year-old Michael. What is going on? I mean, even when Dr. Loomis manages to arrive and goes inside the shed to try to reason with Michael, like, he doesn't see them, but Laurie somehow does. I mean, Rob, again, what's going on? Supernatural, mental disorder, what's going on? Of course, I guess I'll get to that in a little bit, though. So anyway, Dr. Loomis breaks in, tries to reason with Michael, tries to connect with Michael, because of course he was his psychiatrist. They get into a little fight that results into them like getting outside the shed. Dr. Loomis rips off Michael's mask, and we see Michael's face. And if that isn't disgraceful enough, Michael speaks. Granted, it's one word, die, but do you even know what made the movie scary, Rob Zombie? Do you know what made Halloween scary? Do you know what worked, what didn't work? Because you don't know what you're doing. You obviously don't. I remember what I said in the first movie about the reason why the original Halloween was scary was because Michael was never really given a face or an actual character to connect to. Like the whole point is like Michael seemed like the everyday person that can happen in real life to anyone, anywhere, at any time. That real world connection. Well, you completely threw that out, especially right now. I mean, what is why? Why are you trying to make Michael less scary zombie? Why? Why are you doing this to one of the greatest slashers of all time? I guess it doesn't really matter because Michael does manage to kill Loomis, and Michael is shot by shot by the sheriff, and Michael falls into some farming equipment which stabs through his body. And somehow, though, Lori manages to get over to Michael and tells him she loves her. Are you actually trying to get us to convince the little boy still inside there? Because remember, the little 10-year-old Michael is still a murderer. Why are you trying to make us connect? This what? Ugh. And they transport Lori into the psychiatric ward of a hospital, and this is where we get the strangest part of the movie. Lori now also sees the ghost of Michael's mother, which is now her mother too, along with the white horse. Lori gives this weird ass creepy smile, and that's where the movie ends. There's Here's one of the biggest problems of this movie. It makes no goddamn sense. I mean, these visions of Michael's mother and the white horse and little 10-year-old Michael. Is it supposed to mean that this version of Michael is supernatural? Or is it supposed to mean that Michael has some sort of mental disorder? And if it does mean he has a mental disorder, why wasn't this explained anywhere in the second movie or in the first movie, which is what you said you were going to do but never followed through on? And more importantly, if it is a mental disorder, how can Lori see them as well? I mean, that's not really how mental disorders work. I mean, yes, some of them can be hereditary, but it doesn't work with like transporting the mental disorder to like two kids. I mean, guys, needless to say, this is fucking awful. I mean, it it completely destroys anything redeemable about the characters from the first movie. It completely ruins whatever Rob Zombie was trying to do, and it just is horribly made. Thank God there is no sequel to this sequel, because I don't think I can take it. Oh my God. I just don't understand. This movie frustrates the living hell out of me. And I hate these movies. I hate Rob Zombie for making them. It's just. Oh my God. I wish I could make this video longer, but honestly, there's really nothing much else to discuss. And this is Dr. Cinema. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and what's Squatchy? What? Who do you say? Squatchy, what's going on? What? No, 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 not YouTube. No, 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 not YouTube. No.